Outlanders.
Show this level of
Your
domination,
journey ends here.
that they now are looking for.
Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
Were holding on to it over representing Brazil, but then it took a turn and EU's hopes were revived.
Yeah, and when you have a look at this composition, it is a little bit wonky in my opinion from INTZ. I think the idea behind it was that Concord just gives you unlimited wave clear, very hard to dive into the center lane, and then Camille's can split push forever. But that's not what we've seen really in this play-ins. We've seen 5v5 team fighting, and when you have a look at what Man brought to the table, it's Wukong, Orianna, Ezreal. Like, you know, give Mark and I a couple of those champions, we could probably 5v5 team fight on them. It's a very easy to execute composition, right? And whilst
Ether!
They were always looking, it felt like, to engage in turn when you have this team comp with
and just like that, the god took away my brother. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So whilst we used to cross world after world, we are now trapped here.
Sitting back and going, oh no, we're losing, and getting scared. They're like, okay, let's go make plays in the side lane. And they made a number of
How
those.
many years ago was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. After I awoke, I was all alone. Right up until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guy.
He did absorb a lot of pressure in the top side of Summoner's Rift, and they were able to start that stacking quite early on into the game.
We should head off. Let's get going.
Just huge whoopsies to me. After Baron, he went and tried to take the enemy's Krugs, got caught out there, burnt his Frenzy Cirque just GA, and wasted 40 seconds of a Baron buff. And then once he teleported in, he actually corralled and cut off a mid lane choke point. They should have been able to set up to siege, but he just dove his face first in with the most questionable hook shot off the back end of a shitty engage on the set. And, you know, those two players for me were kind of the straws that broke the camel's back. It looked like INTZ were genuinely nervous playing this game. It's a little bit of a heartbreaker because, you know, I actually watched a lot of them in my prep, and I thought that they were a really fun team. So you hate to see them go out in that fashion, but at the end of the day, Mad were just certainly the better team.
And Mad were able to scrap their way into that fight, bringing it to a tiebreaker to keep themselves within contention here in the group stage. So, Mark, with considering what we just heard, Spawn saying INTZ seemed a bit nervous, Mad didn't have great performances earlier into that. They are going into best of 5. How would you contextualize what we should expect from them in those performances when fighting to get through that, to get to the group stage?
I think that they should be a little nervous because, you know, Unicorns of Love is waiting for them, and UL has been pretty good. They were contesting. There's that tiebreaker with PSG to actually get that spot. The one thing I'll say is that oftentimes in the best of 5s is where the major regions in these play-in situations start to shine even more. They sometimes drop games in the best of 1 to be a straight situation. You figure out the world's meta, and that's when things are most volatile. And then you get in, and you have the better shot calling, better mid-throw go in your favor. I would still say I'm a little scared given their current topside issues with Shadow looking for chances. That's pretty good from this meta of Rome problems like Spawn was hitting on. I actually think their bot lane and Humanoid are pretty good and it can be counted on a little bit.
Yeah, and whilst you say they're nervous about Unicorns of Love waiting for them, they've got to get through Supermassive first, right?
Sure, yeah.
I honestly don't see how they do that with their current topside, because I think Almut is way better than Arome, and I think Cacao is performing much better than Shadow this tournament. And whilst I do agree with you, I actually am a big fan of Kaiser and Humanoid in specifics. I think that this team just doesn't look on the same place. So something needs to change for me right now if they are even going to make it into that cross-group best of 5.
they were able to instill some hope by pulling this win. You mentioned Kaiser, and his performance actually brought us our assist of the day presented by State Farm here, because that was some play to get themselves scrapping into this and keeping the hope alive.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Normally I'm the analyst that sits there and talks about the big brain macro play, but even I have to sit there every now and again and just think, wow, look at the mechanics on the man. Stun locks the Camille on the wall and changes the course of this team fight. Kaiser saves Kazi's life and just ensures that he's able to output so much damage on the back end of this fight. That to me is a very impressive little
That was sick, and then even later in the game, he was the one who was, the primary gauge. Once they had stuffed enough of INTZ's engages, he started making his own, and it was really impressive. And Kaiser
the path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb.
I love seeing on playmakers. He's
Climbing depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover.
A lot of great moments, especially with
okay, let's take the route we planned.
That lane. But
we're off to a statue of the seven. Which of the seven are you looking for exactly?
We have officially ended our round robin, rather, for both of these groups, which means, hey, we're in best of 5 territory, y'all. You excited?
Yeah, of course. I can't wait to see, these fourth seeds from the major regions who are expected to get through easily have to fight for their lives through 2 best of 5s. Are you kidding me? How can you not be excited?
And I think that the teams they're going up against are also pretty dynamic. As I already mentioned, Supermassive's top side of Summoner's Rift just looks really great at the moment. And Rainbow 7 as well had stages of gameplay where it was almost kind of shocking, to see the improvement. So I think both LGD and MAD would be putting a lot into their preparations for these teams. MAD in particular, I think would be looking at Supermassive with a lot of respect. My understanding is the Turkish teams can scrim a lot of the LEC teams, so they're probably in familiar territory, and it's one of those things as a European representative, you're expected to not only make a good, go of it. So MAD carry the weight of one of the biggest regions in League of Legends pressure on their shoulders.
Between those 2 matches, Mark, which one are you looking forward to most? LGD or Mad Lions trying to scrape in for that spot?
I mean, obviously, I'm more interested in the EU one.
That's a statue of the seven!
Familiarity between the regions and the casting teams and all this stuff. I think
there are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world. Among the 7 gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal. Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why.
Yeah, and I think that when you have a look at LGD playing at their best, they would not be expected to be in this situation. I can see a lot of the things from MAD, like
as we all know, poetry and language.
It's been a crazy year all around the world. Sure, that does play through for LGD as well, but they're in their home region. They didn't have to go through a lot of things that the teams traveling to Shanghai did, and they have a lot of veterans on the team that have been to this stage before. So you kind of don't give LGD the same kind of excuses, and therefore you expect them to be able to elevate their gameplay a little bit more rapidly. And I think the fact that they had a couple of false starts, gameplay, like, okay, that's the LGD we expect to see. And then mid-game teamfight happens, you're like, oh no, they still suck at the moment. Yeah. Like, that to me is even more stressful than potentially just having a couple of off days of League of Legends.
No rest for the wicked either. We're going straight into the knockout portion of play-ins tomorrow. As far as what we have going down today, that does it. We'll be wrapping up things here on the World's Cooldown. Before we do, a special happy birthday to Raz. Been enjoying all of your casting and performance here in Worlds, and hope it is a special day for you. But that does it for us here on the broadcast. On behalf of myself, the casters, and the entire remote broadcast crew all around the world, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Worlds. Until then, morning, afternoon, evening, and good night.
Is Raz's birthday today?
That's a statue of. There are a few of these among the 7. Paimon's not sure whether the Paimon will take you to the animal. As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your brother. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it. Among the seven, Paimon. As we all know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your brother. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story, so let's hop to it. You can swim right over. Did you just feel the... It seems all you had to do was just touch this. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you. Uh-huh. It's because you're not from this world to begin with. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god of Anemo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Anemo, there are also lots of bards there, so perhaps... Let's move then! The elements in this world responded to... Windblade! Powers you got from the Statue of the Seven. Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers? Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky. It's headed towards the heart of the forest! We must proceed with caution.
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks. Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon. Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
May the Animo God protect you, stranger. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say. Doesn't sound like a local name to me. And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
I mean, we've only been traveling partners for 2 months, but we've already become the very best of friends.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook? Outrider Amber, reporting. suspicious travelers. What are you doing in Mondstadt?
She got separated from her brother during a really long journey. Paimon is her travel buddy, helping her to find her brother.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand it a bit.
Churl.
Quick, get it!
Right.
These monsters have been getting too close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp. Nothing to it. Though I've got to say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
Now that you mention it, these creatures...
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
walking
on an
by.
empty stomach.
What are you cooking?
Never go adventuring on an empty stomach.
Forget it. Finding someone to chat to would be better than just standing around.
We'll go with you.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master with Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us. Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground. This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except... So, the present I want to give you is... a wind glider! Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions. The sky...
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself! Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar? Is that all we know of them?
Long story short...
I see. Welcome to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. But everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now. Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.